Well, great afternoon, team. It is a pleasure. Happy holidays to you all. I am excited about what we're going to be doing in 2026. And we have always been taught or told or suggested too that if we're going to start out with a great year, we need to do it before 2026. And it is now a few days before the end of the year, December 13th to be exact. And we have a couple of weeks before the year ends. And so Dale and I are gearing up for a better year than we had last year. In fact, we're going to have a fantastic year this year. And we're going to do it with the people that want to run with us. We have been in the industry of travel uh, for many, many years. We know the industry. However, we're always revolving or evolving, excuse me, revolving to evolving. But we are excited to really grab a few people that are um, have been following us and want to continue to basically help us, create a path for all of us to be successful. And so I appreciate all of your time that that are on today. And we've been in this business, and this business also is a part of network marketing. So we are network marketing professionals. We are also travel professionals in our particular industry. And again, just to put some things in perspective, we wanted to just simply have a call on some of the things that we're doing, some of the things we haven't done, some of the things that we're going to do. And we are always appreciative of our business partners that we can all be transparent on some goals that we haven't reached, but yet have some interesting things on the horizon for goals that we're going to reach. And so what I wanted to simply do today is come up with a plan of some things that I think that we can get started with. And again, we're going to start this. We're now what we call our first quarter. We're already in the year. And with us being with Mr. Donald Bradley, he's always stated that our quarter starts in December. So we're, like I said, a few days in. And so one of the things that I just simply want to say is I would like for our team, and this is all of us included, to become one of the favorite words that I have one of my business partners on. And that word for her is consistency. And I really believe and know that she's right. And the one thing that I've always been able to do as a team, I'm always transparent about what my strengths and weaknesses are. But what I really want to focus on this year is coming up with a plan where whatever those strengths and weaknesses are, that we are able to strengthen them if where you're weak, and where you're strong, we actually are able to take those and make them stronger. But we're going to be able to utilize that by allowing each other grace on what it is that they really want to do. So one of the first things that I believe, and I kind of wrote some things down, again, consistency. And that consistency can be on the travel side of the business. That consistency can be on the networking side of the business or the marketing. That could go into several different um, pages of trainings, different things that you are great at. We want to utilize those things, and things again that you're not so great at. We have people, we have some great people on our team. And this year, I'm going to sound out the noise and make sure that I am doing the things that I feel or we feel that are good for our team, regardless of what outside things are going on. Again, I want to really strengthen our team this year and work together to really grow. So the first thing I would say is, again, let's master some of the things that we already know to do. Mr. Bradley has been going over different things for years and years. Mastering what we know, again, that's strengthening what you already know. Coming up with game plans. If it's something simple that we have new people on, as an example, if we have new people on every month, I don't care if it's 1, 10, let's make sure that we're doing the basic training and the onboarding from them, or for them rather. Yes, we have our regular onboarding for the company. Yes, we have it for the travel side. Yes, we have it for the marketing. But let's make sure that we, meaning our team, are doing the things that to expose them, to make sure they are getting what we need to get. Because one thing that I've noticed, and again, this is nobody's fault. Everybody is at fault, if you will. We have got to get people acclimated more quickly in the business. Get them up and running. I don't care if Ms. Harris has to do it, if I have to do it, if Sherry has to do it, whoever has to do it, if Dale has to do it. We want to get on one accord on getting whoever is coming into that pipeline for that month to get them acclimated to our business. And that's plugging them in, getting them everything that they need. So one thing I said was mastering our tools that we have, and that means onboarding and so forth and so on. The second thing I would say is commit to our training that we have. Training is really the lifeline of our business. So training could be getting them on the INV. Training could be the corporate call during the week. Training could also be every week there's travel training for whoever is going in that direction. If you are doing one side of the business, great. If you're doing both sides of the business, even greater. But either way, there is training for everybody to be plugged in. And again, let's continue to plug in everybody that needs to be plugged in. What I also would like to say is, all of the intelligence, we have a great team of people. We have some younger, the generations are different. We have some people that are younger on our team. We have some that are seasoned. But either way, let's make sure we're catering to those needs. And we have a lot of young people on our calls. So if there's something that we see or hear that is needed for us to plug them into something else, I just want to make sure that the team is plugging in where the necessary places are. Everybody has to do different things, but I also want to be able to keep it in alignment with the team. And yes, people are going to learn from different places, but let's try to keep I just want to say, let's try to keep ahead of the game, or kind of stay ahead of whatever the curves are, or the new technology, or new trainer, whatever it is. Let's try to keep that in front of us, so we'll know how to address different people on the team from different generations. I'd like to also, the fourth thing that I would say is I want to increase the brand for this team. We have, again, excellent people on our team doing great things, but everybody kind of seems to be in a bubble. We're all over a bubble over here, bubble over. So I really want to have our team become closer with activities. The one thing that I'm going to definitely commit to is traveling to the places where our teams are. We have great people in different places, and this year's something that I want to commit to for 2026 is to get to the people where we have people, and we have people in a lot of different locations, areas. So I want to do that. And then lastly, once you decide whether you're going to do the travel or the marketing or both, let's make sure that we are creating a niche for ourselves. So everybody on the team, we can look to say, hey, Leslie, can you do a training, not necessarily travel training, but something that may be travel related. And the reason why I preference to say that is we're not ambassadors. So we want to make sure that we're leaving the travel training to people that are ambassadors. This is just new rule, keeping with everything that we need to do. But we also can travel on, we can speak on travel related things. It doesn't necessarily have to mean, um, you know, that we are training on the specifics, but we may be able to do something just to try to create touch points for people or give people suggestions, if you will, on the travel side. And if they need specific suggestions or more suggestions, then we can say, hey, please go to see Ambassador so-and-so on, whatever it is specific that you need. And I just think that that should be the same thing that happens on the marketing side. If it's something specific, we are 1-star directors. Well, we rely on 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, 6-star directors, 6-star and above. Or, if we need something from them, then let's be able to point them in that direction. But I'm hoping that you all can follow us, Dale and I. We can follow our upline, but we also can keep it in continuity, keep it together on who we're following and whose calls we get on. And I mean, everybody has their own business and they can, are free to do that, but I just kind of want to have some continuity with our team, if that makes sense. So that's the main thing that I would like to basically say. And we're going to do travel parties more, and by us going to different states, Delaware, in fact, by us doing that, I want to be able to create a culture for our team so we can brand ourselves. But we're going to start doing travel parties because these are things that we've been doing for years, Dale and I, and we stopped, to be honest with you. So I really want to bring those things back. And in doing so, I think we will increase our team visibility, our branding, and we want to have a team where people are excited about coming over here. And even if we do a training that's for 10 people, great. Let's make the best training that we can do. So those are some things that I hope that we can continue to move forward on. And like I said, we're going to make this year better than last year, and whatever we can do when it comes to events, convention, things of that nature, we're going to definitely have the people that are with us at those events. So that is my take. Thank you so much, Mr. Dale.
Thank you, Danette. Are you able to hear me? Because
I am.
Issues here with my mic, seems to be going in and out. So listen, folks, we're ending up this year, and I'm sure that most people that are looking at this are thinking about the goals that you set when you started out in 2025 and what we all said we were going to be and what place we were going to be and, what position we were going to be and how we we're going to do things differently. But our goals are our goals. Most of us came in this business for certain reasons, whether it's our family, whatever that why may be. But at the end of the day, I always heard Mr. Bradley, Mr. Moore, all of the leaders talk about that you don't have to change your goals, you just change your efforts. And so coming in 2026, I am going to commit to changing my efforts because as one of the leaders at, Danette and I've been doing this for a long time. And a lot of times I find myself sitting in the background. And, but, starting this year, starting next year, I'm going to be pushing things with this opportunity. I was at a meeting, just to kind of give you an idea, it was a meeting this past Thursday. We had our weekly meeting. As I was sitting there in the audience, and my wife and I talked about it on the way home because something kind of came over me. And I started looking at all of the numbers, and I started thinking about the people that have come into the opportunity and the money and income potential that's up there on that presentation screen, whenever you look at all of the different levels of income that can be made. And it's just sitting there waiting for us. And so I want to be able to push this year to help as many of you to be where you would like to be. If it's in the marketing side of the business, we're going to work the marketing side of the business. The system is simple. We have everything that is available for us to do this. We just got to work it. We we are excited. I am excited about what this opportunity holds for next year. I am excited for what this team is going to do next year because it does not yet appear what we shall be, because we are going to be an awesome group of people and an awesome team. Danette and I know how to lead awesome people. And a lot of it has been, for me, has been somewhat, not frustrating, but sometimes as a leader, we just need that bump too. We need somebody to just check in on us every now and then to make sure that we're okay. And we call people a lot of times, and I don't just want to feel like I'm calling folks as we get closer to the 28th of the month. I want to feel like we could have a conversation throughout the month on how we're going to be able to advance through the next month and then through the, whatever the goals are. So let's just sit and, we got time. This season is holiday season. Everybody's going to spend time with their family. This is a special time of the year for those of us that have family to spend with and things to do with our family. That's wonderful, because there's so many people that don't have what we have. But at the end of the day, as we get through this season and we go into 26 with this year, I think that we need to go in with a different mindset and a different attitude of not only gratitude, but of the fact that we've got the support that we need to be successful here. So I just wanted to say that I thank each and every, if we post this and you're looking at it, I just want to say I thank you for the journey, for the partnership. But I want to be held accountable for what I need to do to help you to be successful. So with that being said, we're going to wrap this up. I'm going to turn it back over to Ned. I don't know if you got any final comments that you want to make, but we are working on some training as we get ready to go into the new year. We are going to be working on our presentations, going back to having our presentations on Sundays, as well as anytime during the week. We may start doing presentations during the week, but we are going to be consistent on having a presentation for our team every single week. And then, of course, we're going to get the information out there on all the other presentations that is available to you. The Zoom format is a great format to use as long as we use it. And there's some steps in the process that we're going to talk about how you can effectively get people on those Zooms, as well as effectively get people to those meetings. So all of that's coming down the pipeline. Just get ready. We want to do our part, but we also want you to do your part. So with that being said, Danette, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Thank you. I think that is, without overwhelming anybody, I think those are great comments that we both made. And we do have a couple people on a call that I'd like to simply ask if they would like to add any comments or concerns or any suggestions that we may have. So we want to, again, get our input from our team and make this an effort for all of us so we all can be successful, like I said, in whatever vein you're working in. So I'd like to ask, does anyone have any comments or concerns?
I just want our new year to be everything that you're planning. And I know plans can go awry, but I really want to see our team work more cohesively. I think one way to start that is to have a call whereby we all can reintroduce and introduce each other. I notice on calls that I am present, I see some people that I've already met, but there are quite a few people that I have not met. And I think if we're going to work on branding this team, we really have to know who the team is. And in order to do that, I think it would be a great idea to have, I wouldn't call it a meeting, I would call it like an introductory conversation. Sip and see, or make it fun, and we just come in and introduce or reintroduce each other. If we're going to be a team, then we're going to have to act like a team. We're going to have to be aware of who's on our team and then begin from there. Because once we know who's on our team, and it won't be everyone, but a majority of the team, then we can move forward with a true commitment, and work on a niche for each of us that are on the team, and really get a true team commitment that would then turn into consistency.
Awesome. Leslie, that sounds perfectly said, and I appreciate your comment and your contribution. As always, you are well needed, and you are a primary person on the team, and I really want to see whatever it is that you want to contribute to the team. I also want to see that evolve as well, and I'm sure that once we get some of these things flushed out a little more, that we'll be able to see that. But the bottom line is that we're all here to make money one way or the other. And the beautiful thing about our business, we have literally two businesses. I mean, literally. And so I'm looking to have core leaders for 2026. And I've talked to some people about that already, but in doing so, I am in hopes that the people that I'm choosing are going to be leading in the efforts of marketing and in the efforts of travel. So we need double duty, but why not we don't need this or that, because we have this and that. And we literally can work both. Sometimes it can be a little challenging, yes, but there are ways, and I know, Leslie, you are great with organization. So there are ways that we can all improve, and we can still do travel and marketing in the same week. And I've seen it on several teams, one or two teams that I know for sure. They're mastering it, and if I could get something out of their playbook, which I normally do, and I have a lot of information, but sometimes, you're grabbing the information, but I want to be able to distribute it to my team as well. So I'll continue to do that. Like I said, we have a lot of information, Dale and I, but we kind of had different ways that we've been able to distribute information. And so with all that being said, either way, it's all great information. However we get it, we're going to definitely make sure that we're getting it to the team. And all these things that we have, again, we're going to really be putting them into place and getting people to, yes, that would be great. Dale.
I was hoping you were going to prompt it and say thank you all that's listening. We're going to go ahead and end the recording, and hope everybody have a great day.